the stigma of living in a van is doing my head in. Alright, so let's talk about this stigma, right? Let me just lower that a little bit. Whoa! Not that low. Fuck. Just start this again. The stigma of living in this van is doing my head in at the minute, right? So, let's start from the beginning. I moved into this van. People thought I was crazy. People thought I'd lost my mind. This is 18 months ago, by the way. People thought I was nuts. I'd lost my mind. I was having a midlife crisis. I was destitute. I needed feeding. I needed fucking a house to live in. I was offered all kinds of places to live. And people struggled to understand that this was a choice, not a necessity. 18 months later, for the most part, a lot of people have gone, oh, that's interesting. Actually, quite like the way he's living. Oh, that's really good. However, there are still people to this day, that still look down on me like I'm a piece of crap because I live in a van. And honestly, like, it's caused me so many problems over the last, 12 months, especially in the last 6 months. So living in a van was used against me by my employer. Even though I'd worked there for 5 years and lived in my van for 18 months, it was seen that they said that I didn't have a fixed address, which is not exactly true because I have a care of address which is a fixed address. They said that I had no links to the police, which is obviously not true because the police have got my phone number and my care of address. They said that I had no links to a GP or dentist, which is not true because I don't have a dentist because I've not been to a dentist in a long time, but I have a GP because I go to see my GP when I need to go see my GP. And then they piled on extras like that I'm unkept, I'm dirty, I live in a van, and all that kind of thing. Now anybody that knows me actually knows that that's not true. Anybody that knows me knows that that's not actually true. I'm very well kept. Alright, I've got a beard and I've got some hair. I've had beard and hair for a long, long time before I lived in a van. I obviously shower regularly. I bath quite regularly. And I just wash in general quite regularly. I know what deodorant is. I've got some very expensive aftershave. I know how to look after myself, brush my teeth. So, again, just because I live in a van, people think, oh God, he's a tramp, or he's a hobo, or he's this, he's that. They don't actually know what goes on inside this tin can I live in. They just guess. And, that stigma hurts sometimes. And I try not to let it, but when it affects other things, again, it affects my employment pretty bad. And then obviously, I've had other people much closer to me all of a sudden pull the rug from under my feet and say, that's not good enough anymore. You live like that. You're not safe living like that. Your child isn't safe living like that. And it's caused me a lot of problems. It's made my custody battle twice as hard because I've had to explain that I am a good parent, blah 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 blah, and then, oh yeah, I now live in a van. Now, that's hard. That's some middle class social workers or upper class judges not going to see this as a good thing, not going to see it as a positive, not going to see it in a good light. So I've had to battle constantly just to have the freedom to live like this. Now, again, for the most part, I'm winning the battles. I'm never going to change some people's opinions, but obviously their opinions don't really matter. But for those opinions that do matter, I've had I've had an uphill struggle trying to persuade people that this is something positive and not to be frowned upon. So yeah, the stigma is bad, and you only have to scratch the surface of this sort of van life thing to understand how good it is and how positive it is and how liberating it is. But some people just are just ignorant to it. They don't want to know. They don't want to educate themselves. They don't want to learn anything. They just think, oh my God, living in a van. Now, again, this is the other thing. Living in a van. I don't just live in a van. That implies that I'm just like, I just have a van and it's got like a mattress in back, or it's got a air bed or a camping bed or something. I don't just live in a van. This is my home. It is homely. It has mod cons. It has extras. It has a lot of things. It's got, you know, like gas, electric, running water, Wi-Fi. It has extra. It has everything that I need. People think that I live on pot noodles. Although I do like a pot noodle as a snack sometimes. I think I've had one in the last 2 weeks. I don't live on pot noodles. I buy nice food. I buy fresh food. So I eat quite good. Which is, you know, one of the big things is just judging something, or that they don't know and they don't care to educate themselves. They just want to put that judgment out there that you can't possibly live a decent life whilst living in a van. The other stigma is that I just pull up anywhere. Well, sometimes I do, honest. I do. It depends what time of day it is. If it's getting late and I'm tired, I'll just pull up on a side street and sleep. That's the sort of downside to van life, I guess. The side that people on Instagram don't show you. But for the most part, I'm sleeping in the countryside and in nice places. Again, it's winter right now, so I'm not going to be staying in as many nice places. And the places that are nice are probably not as nice this time of year. But roll on summer. And summer will be back brilliant again. And I will be posting much nicer pictures of blue skies and green hills and all that kind of thing. But even then, the negative Nancy's will still be judging. It kind of doesn't matter how far you go. You will never change some people's minds. You'll never change some people's opinions. Some people are beyond educating and will remain ignorant for the rest of their lives. And honestly, that's their problem. It's only my problem when they make it my problem, but for the most part, it's not my problem. I will keep doing this as long as I want to do it. I've made so many good friends from doing this. I've had so many great opportunities with TV and radio and newspapers and all that kind of thing. And I wouldn't have got those opportunities without doing this. Even setting up my own business probably wouldn't have been a thing that I would have done had I lived in a house. I would have just gone and got a shitty job just to see me through Christmas, or to you know, live on, and I would have been unhappy. Which brings me on to that, you know, onto being happy. Like, van life can be lonely at times, but that's my fault that it's lonely, because I've got plenty of friends and plenty of people that I can go see. There are plenty of places that I could drive to now, and I know that other van people would be there. But for the most part, I choose to be on my own, to be more productive and to have peace and quiet. So living in this van has saved my life many times over. Being able to drive away from things and having that control over where I am and what I do has been something that's been exceptional. Like, it's been something that's been priceless. I couldn't have survived some of the things that I've been through recently if I didn't have control of this. And again, I am somebody who struggles with controlling situations and feels like I need to be in control. And for the most part, I'm in control of this. This is the only thing that I can control right now, actually. So I will keep on going. as long as I need to be. And I would encourage anybody watching this who isn't doing the same to do the same. You try it for a few months' time, and it will either make you or break you. It will either be for you or it won't be for you. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the life that I choose. This is the life that I'm going to continue to do. And screw everybody that has a negative opinion. Your negative opinion is your negativity, not my negativity. It's your problem, not my problem. I hope you all have a good life, you negative Nancy's. And I hope that I have a good life. There might be two different lives. That's fine. You do what you want. I'll do what I want. And there's a stigma of van life. It's shit. Bye. See you later.